Hello, and it is currently almost 9 a.m. here in beautiful Brookfield, Wisconsin, and today is a dev vlog day. I haven't done one of these in a while. I've been focusing on a lot of just doing some other stuff, like some art vlogs, some regular vlogs, and also dealing with the fact that I'm looking at little over 2 weeks before I go under the knife for my cancer surgery and kidney removal all at the same time. So, without further ado, let's get into what we're dealing with today's project. This is a project I'm working on for a RPG jam called with the theme of Hero Academy. Something I've been wanting to try to do with RPG Maker. I've done it before with an old text editing, old interactive fiction engine called Quest that I've done, not successfully, but I have done. And I've actually designed something similar to it on paper as a mapping, but I lost those maps a while ago. So, anyway, without further ado, let me explain what's all going on here so far. So far, of course, we have our main hall, a combat classroom, a magic and spells classroom, a potion classroom, and today in this vlog we're going to turn this empty space into a dorm room. But before I do that, let's explain a few things in each of these rooms here. So we're going to go into event. This is a teleport crystal. I have this set up so you can choose which room you want to go into without having to walk through boring hallways. I thought about boring hallways, but I may put them in, I'm not sure. Each classroom has an instructor that teaches you something and then tests your and puts you to the test. So as you can see, Potions classroom is something a little different, but we're going to change that eventually. I am going to change it eventually. I may keep it, I may change it. So without further ado, I'm going to start designing the dorm room. Keep this video from being too long, I'm probably going to speed up this process. So I'll see you here back. I'll be back in a minute. Actually, you know what? Screw it. We're going to do it this way. So let's do the dorm. So first off, I want to add in a floor. So we're just going to kind of click this. Yeah, we'll use this blue carpeting here, and we're going to drop it down like 2 down this way. And then make the dorm room kind of small, like that. It's a dorm room. This is, it doesn't be fancy. So we're going to create some walls here. Like that. Actually, just make it kind of. We'll keep it like that. We'll use this one for the dorm rooms. So we'll just kind of drop one there, throw on the top, like so. What we'll do is we'll just kind of drop this down. Now it's starting to look a room here, and we'll drop it down here. Oops, I hate when you hit the wrong button on your mouse and just instantly deletes what you just did. The Mac version does. I'm not sure what the Windows version does. I'm assuming probably the same basic stupid thing. And drop a wall down here. What we'll do is we'll grab this carpeting and go right about maybe here for the entrance. I'm actually then going to maybe drop the wall down a bit further that way, because what we're going to do next is I'm going to furnish them. So we're going to drop in a bed right about here. I'm going to then go over and we're going to drop in a few windows. Window there, window there, and a window there. And I'm going to go and we're going to drop in a dresser right next to the bed. Let's drop in a bookcase about right at the end here. Right up it right there. Because we're going to then put in a desk right here. I'm going to do something real quick. Here we got a room. So what we're going to do is I'm going to then kind of add some pop to them. So from here, we're just going to kind of add a little bit more pop to the room here. So let's drop in a stool for the desk. Yeah, let's leave it like that. Let's add a few things. We're going to go over, okay, so now that we get that, this is a start room. So what we're going to do is we're going to do two things here. First off, I'm going to create the opening text. So we're going to go here. I'm going to create a cell switch. Call label A. Go here. I'm going to label this auto run. And for the image, we're going to go all the way down to here. I'm going to just that. And what we're going to do is I'm going to immediately have it so it literally looks like you pick up the letter. So we're going to use cell switch A on. So it'll immediately switch. Once you do that, it'll immediately do this, and then the letter is gone. So it looks like you picked up the letter. Then, once you picked up the letter, you're going to immediately read the letter, and it's going to be a message from Headmaster Ryan. Say, welcome to the Brimstone Academy. Here you will learn what it takes to be a hero. Proceed to the main hall for. Alright. So now when we'll click apply. We'll get out of here. We'll click save because sometimes this thing crashes. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this here. And I have it an auto run. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually put this as an action button instead. But we're going to also, before we finish, we're going to put it the same as character so you can pick it up instead of sit there and push a button. But we have to sit there like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to here. And what I originally wanted to do was cell switch A. Auto run, nothing in the image either way. Okay, hold on. We're going to change something. I just realized my mistake here. This needs to be action button. Click apply. This needs to be auto run. And we'll finish up. So what we're going to do is we're going to and we're going to cancel that. No image. And normally I like to put like a scrolling text, but sometimes a lot of people don't like that, so we're going to do it this way. So you wake up in your dorm room on your first day at Academy. You see a letter on the desk waiting for you. Voila. As soon as this auto run, we have to then have the control cell switch A so that way it stops after you read that. And voila. There's our start room. And what we're going to do is we're going to go here. We're going to create a transfer. Actually, we're going to be this a little bit more. We're going to actually create a door. That's going to go from the dorm room to about midway in the steps. And I'll show you why in 1 second. Because now that we've got that, we're going to go back to the main hall. I'm going to go at the top of the steps. And I'm going to quickly do a transfer. And we're just going to have it quickly do the dorm room. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go here. And I'm going to edit. And as you can see, I did create this. Most of these, but the dorm room is going to change. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go edit the dorm room. And we're going to have it transport you directly into the dorm room right about there. I'm going to click apply. I'm going to click save in case this thing crashes on me during this whole process. And recording of this. But we're going to do something else in the dorm room. I'm going to make it so you can use the bed to save. So we're going to click right about here. We're going to put same as character. We're going to put player touch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and we're going to have a text. We're going to have it say, do you want to rest? Then we're going to show choices. We're going to keep the choices as yes and no. You say yes. What we're going to do is we're going to go, when it says yes, we're going to fade out the screen. I'm going to quick save because I know what's going to happen when I do this. And you're going to see why in a sec. I don't know why. On Mac, at least on my Mac, it does this. It might be because I bought this not through Steam Direct, but actually with a Steam code, discounted Steam code from Hubble Bubble. And that might be the problem. But sometimes this crashes when I'm about this. We're going to fade out the screen and we're going to go here. We're going to go play musical interlude. And we're going to pull it in. Now. And exactly what I thought it was going to do, it did. So it means I got to reload up the software. If anyone who watching this knows why it does that, sometimes let me know and how to fix it. Let me know down in the comments. Alright, so we're back in business. Again, so we're going to go back here. Fade out the screen. Musical interlude. We're going to end, so it's going to sound like that. We'll stop it. We'll click OK. And then what we'll do is while that's doing that, we're going to go over here and we're going to go over to recover all. It's the entire party. Doesn't matter. And then we go back here. We're going to go to fade in the screen. And that's all we're going to do for right now. So now you have a place to heal. As well, you can go, yeah, that popped up. You can go to the dorm room and you can heal. But the problem is every time you go into the dorm room, this is going to start up again. So we're going to change this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go here and I'm going to copy this. And then I'm going to go back up to here and we're going to paste this. And we're going to get rid of this and get rid of the letter. And we're going to go back up to the main hall. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this. And I realize that what we need to do is we need to have it go to this room instead. That way, you have the starting room, and you have your dorm room where you can save. So we're gonna take that, and we're going to just delete that. And then to make sure it works out the way we want to, with the transport crystal, we're gonna do the same damn thing. We're gonna edit. We're gonna go here, and we're gonna drop it down to here. So that way, it transports you to that room at all. And then we're going to save. And there we have it. So let's end up with, before we play test this thing at the end, let's create what's going to happen when you go into here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to copy this like I did with the dorm room, and we're going to first create a new thing, and we're going to call this cutscenes. Keep it as is, just nothing there. We're not going to put anything into the space. This is how I like to organize the game thing. So we're going to take this, and we're going to paste the main hall here, and we're going to rename this orientation. Excuse the spelling. Which means also we're going to take this dorm room here and we're going to drop it down to cutscenes. And we're going to edit as cutscene to be wake up. Because I may change this to make this a little bit more interesting. And I think we might do that at the end. So let's work on the orientation cutscenes. So the orientation cutscenes, first off, is going to have we're going to go here. We're going to go Headmaster Ryan. We're going to have him facing that way. And we're going to make him an autoplay event. So I'm going to just copy and paste. Label switch A, go back to here. Make sure this goes auto run. And he's going to say stuff. Saw my letter. Now I realize that this is probably going to be a very long kind of text, so we're going to go to batch entry, so I can keep typing. Academy. Now, I actually realized I want to do something a little bit different. This is a cutscene. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to have the scene quickly fade out. And to make it look like he's disappeared, he's left. We're going to then transfer the player from here to here at the same spot. And then fade in. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go here. What I'm going to do is go back to here. Because what I'm going to do is we're going to insert fade in effect to make it look like you woke up. And I don't want to transfer. Now what we're going to do is we're going to play test at least this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go here. I'm going to drop the player here. And I'll be right back. Alright, and we're back, and here we're going to play test it now. So here we go. So you want to be a hero. It might be the name, it might not be the name. It's a tentative, it's a working title. Leave it alone. So it says you wake up in your dorm room on your first day at Brimstone Academy. Okay, so my wake up didn't work, but it works for now. I may have a way to fix that. So here we go. So we go over to the letter. Looks like letter. There's our letter. Proceed to the main hall. Uh-oh, we crashed. Alright, here we go. Let's try this again. little thing, you wake up. You grab the letter, you read it. There we go. And here we go. We got the welcome thing. Welcome to Brimstone Academy. I have the Headmaster Ryan. Behind me is a teleport crystal. So it'll teleport to your classroom in the academy as soon as you head to your first class, gear and combat. Fade out. Fade back in. Now it looks like you left the scene. Go to the crystal. We'll test the crystal, gear, and combat. Okay. And before we end this, I'll show you what the gear and combat does in playtest. Welcome to Gear and Combat. Here's your starting gear. Boom. I have a plugin that actually costs us that, so it shows you exactly what you get. Now that you got your gear, let's see how you fare against the slime. And here's your first test battle, slime. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to have this be like this or side view yet. But for the purpose of this video, we're keeping it as front view. So we're going to attack the slime. You beat the slime. You gain 10 experience points, you get 5 gold. Well done, you've learned combat quite well. Now you can't do it again. Well, I have to fix that, but that's pretty much it. We don't need to do it again. So I'm going to fix it so you can't do this a second time. Because then that will make this incredibly cheaty, and I don't like cheaty games that much, so. That is about it so far of what I've got working on. I hope you enjoyed this. I mean, yeah, it's a little lengthy, but, you know, there's a lot that I had got done off camera. To keep my mind off of events coming up, to keep going on this project, and to be creative. So, there might be some more drawing vlogs coming up. There might be some more life vlogs coming up. There might be a Florida travel vlog coming up in the next month or two. Not sure how everything's going to go. As far as office vlogs, I'm done with them until this room gets the way I want it. And right now it's not the way I want it, but it's usable. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Peace out. Stay frosty. Remember, road to where the stories are. Keep your creative juices flowing. And I'll see you in the next one.